you share some use cases of Kylin in the future? How does D data help the health sector, for example? That's a fun one. I want to expect that with some thought. See, health is interesting because there's so much compliance around it. And I think it's HIPAA certified. I forgot what the acronym means, but there's some complicated compliance system around the transfer of data in the healthcare industry. What I could imagine that is a bit of a stretch. So I'm just going to set compliance to the side. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how that stuff works. We hire lawyers for this, but it's something that if I look at it from a purely technological standpoint, there's a lot of machine learning required inside of healthcare applications. If somebody is doing some type of a scan, there is amazing technology that is coming out in the healthcare sector that's helping doctors identify different issues, understand what type of, and there's a lot of things that can help with doctors. And being able to somehow track how a decision was made could be very important. One of the challenges that happens is, let's say there's a misdiagnosis. Well, if you're talking about something like, I don't know, cancer treatment, that's going to be extraordinarily sensitive. And you can't have a miscalculation about something like a prescription or about like a diagnosis. It might kill somebody. And if there's a non-zero chance that it can cause harm, it'd be very important to be able to somehow prove, well, how reliable is this algorithm? And then you can compare that objectively. Well, how often do doctors misdiagnose versus how often do machines misdiagnose? As of right now, there'd have to be some kind of a centralized system to be able to prove exactly how that, if that's happening. And even then, it'd be kind of like the Federal Reserve. We just would have to trust them that everything's going to be fine. It's something where in this case, I know that's a kind of a dark example, sorry. At the same point though, it's something where within the healthcare space, it's not so much dedicated to, healthcare versus oil and gas versus logistics. It's more so about data itself. Where is there data that can somehow potentially be used more effectively? And if so, what is some aspect of trust perhaps that would typically have to occur that somehow we would be able to extract out by using blockchain? The process of taking whatever off-chain data there is and being able to use blockchain to do something effective with it, Kylin is that bridge that makes it to where that data is now able to gain even more value. And one aspect of the way to monetize that is by selling the data itself, though there's 5 levels of data monetization, and that's level 1. I mean, it's the least profitable, least scalable, but it's the easiest to describe. On the other hand, to be able to actually utilize data for making operational decisions and then automating those operating decisions and then creating a culture of automating operating decisions using data. The world is still at the selling data standpoint for the most part for things like advertising, but we're now kind of progressing in the data monetization cycle. I just realized this is all content we should be talking about. Casual Friday seems like a success, though. I'm excited to see what people think about this throughout the as different comments and things roll in. Which, by the way, guys, if you like what you're seeing, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. It's excellent information for us. But I know the algorithm likes that, and you guys staying here watching helps so much. So I appreciate you being here with us. So yeah, it's something where I say that about looking at it from healthcare versus oil and gas. It's something where instead looking at it from what is data, how can it be used? Yeah, note to self, we'll definitely make a series talking more about this, because that's where the real, well, one, that's where the real money is from monetization standpoint. But 2, it's also where you can find out on your own. Like, I'd love to know what kind of solutions do you think can happen, because it's something where it's really the collective mind of the community we're excited to hear.